Hey, welcome. Hey, we started already.
Did we?
Yep.
Did
That,
it like start real like fast this time instead of
yeah, it
slow?
started a lot faster than the last few times. It takes like
I
almost three
wonder.
to
I
five
wonder if they're
minutes.
fixing. I wonder if they're fixing this thing then.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of bugs to work out. It's going to take them time. So,
Maybe I won't. Maybe some of it was might have been in this damn thing causing me to
well,
pause and freeze and all that other
that could have
bullshit.
been too, but I also found out through some reading and little investigative type stuff that the reason I can't get you set up here is you have to make a free account first, and then I got to send you the thing using the email you used for the free account so that you can. We'll get it fixed. We'll get that fixed. I mean, Tom's still working on it with his Don or whatever his name is, Dom. So,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. I'm marked safe from being stranded in the desert by a cult leader today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. You know that TV that you brought over today.
What about it?
Thank you, by the way.
Oh, is it working?
Oh, it's just I don't think Tanya likes it because when I sit back here now, she can't see me too easily. So, but it worked real good. I got it all set up. I tried scanning for channels, but that didn't work too well.
Did you get the remote to work?
Yeah, I had to put new batteries in it.
I did put new batteries in it, and it still
Well,
was giving me
yeah,
issues. So I don't know.
I don't know. I put new whatever, and I try. Yeah, the remote's kind of touchy, but I got it to work so that I could scan the channels on the TV thing. And I don't have an antenna. I haven't found it yet, but it didn't find any channels or pick up anything. So when it gets turned on, it just goes right to where the Xbox is for now. You know, I was thinking about switching the center monitor out for the bigger TV and hook my computer up to it because it's bigger than my monitor, my biggest monitor for hooked up to my computer. Oh, oh, you froze. Uh-oh, we're having issues. Well, we'll wait on Mark. But it was his birthday today, so when you come on in the comments, wish him a happy birthday. Um, and he came over for a little bit, brought me a TV so I could use it for my Xbox because I can't sit at the I can't sit right in front of it just right. So he brought me a solution, a smaller TV that I can sit right here next to me and have my Xbox hooked into it.
I seriously, it seriously made me freeze, and
Yep,
on my end, I was still hearing everything you were
yep.
saying.
And on my
And it was
end,
showing,
both.
and it was showing me moving and everything else here on this end. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. I don't.
Maybe
Maybe I just gotta stay on this channel on this thing on here because I was over on Facebook looking at stuff, but
you know until you get your computer wired, I think you're going to continue having those issues.
maybe.
And I think that might have been your issue with multiverse too. Except more
I
of
got to measure.
more of the problems with multiverse are more with are not so much you and your connection as they are with the game and its servers. Yeah,
Well, the thing
there's
is,
a lot of
what I'm not understanding is I can go on Steam with my connection, without it being wired with my connection. I can go on Steam. I can play online games and not have a problem. They play. They play for me.
Right.
I can go on YouTube and I can watch videos. I can go on streaming services. I can watch fucking shit on there, and I don't have any problems with it coming through. It's when I'm on here. For some reason, on here is where I'm having the issue. Oh, and multiverses. That too.
Yeah, but multiverse, like I said, I think
That one I think
I
is
think it's a lot more on their end than
yeah.
it is yours, because a lot of people are having the issues where they can't log in. They get to the part where it authenticates and then it
Mm-hmm.
fails. Uh,
Well,
you
look
know,
at look when we would go on there. When I was able to go on there, we'd play for damn near an hour, and then it would kick me off.
right.
I'm on here for 10 minutes, and it fucking supposedly freezes me up and keeps me from doing anything.
You know, and
I
another
don't get
thing,
it.
I bought that. I know you don't like talking wrestling, but this isn't just wrestling. This is a game. I bought
I know.
that. I bought that WWE 2K24, and I bought the biggest, the most expensive version of it you could get, right? So that when
All the bells and whistles.
all these new downloads come out, I'm supposed to get them for free.
Mm-hmm.
They just released the Bray Wyatt thing today,
Mm-hmm.
this morning,
Okay.
right? And I looked at the edition, the what is it, the platinum edition or whatever it's called, that I bought. I looked at it in the store, and it says that it includes that new download content that was released today. So I went to go get it, and it
And
wanted to
it
charge me $9.99 for it when I should get it for free.
well, yeah. If you bought the platinum, you should get it for
Right,
free.
right. I get all the downloads, including
Mm-hmm.
that one.
Yeah.
Nope. And I think their store's fucked up again, because it took me like 3 or 4 hours just to get into their store today.
Who's that? You're talking about Steam,
No, the Microsoft store.
Microsoft.
The Xbox on the
Yeah.
Xbox.
Right. No, I
You
get
know,
it.
for like the 2 3 hours earlier today, it was like getting all kinds of errors. I was getting a big error screen, and I figured, well, they're probably overloaded because of the Bray Wyatt thing and the other new releases that were coming out and all this. And
Mm-hmm.
I finally get on there, and they want to fucking charge me $9.99 for this bitch. It's like, fuck that. I mean, I kind of want it real bad, but I ain't gonna pay $9.99 when I should be getting it for fucking free.
Yeah, especially since you paid for
Well, yeah, I
that
did.
service.
It was like, the new games come out, they're like $69, right,
Mm-hmm.
for the standard edition. Then you got another edition, and it's usually like, $80 or so. Well, the edition I paid for was like $119, but I got it on when it was on sale, like 20% off or whatever. And I read the description, and it includes all these bundles, but yet when I try to download it, wants to charge me for it. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, I probably have to wait another day or two. Something broken in the store still. Oh, that kind of pissed me off, but that's all right. I just got this set up right. I got a lot of catching up to do in the My Faction part of that game, anyways. I was playing Four Kings Casino, though. I was trying to win the jackpot on the progressive slots. Last night, wish I would have watched it. Kept playing it, but my computer kept putting it into like pixelating it. Last night, that jackpot for that slot was like 7 million. I figure they need to make a Halloween slot, though. Digital Laser hasn't updated their games in a long time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
All right, it froze up again. This time, instead of going out and coming back in, I turned off the internet and turned it back on,
Yeah,
and then it resynced. I don't think it's my internet connection. I think it's in this program.
I don't know. I mean, you seem to be the only one that has a problem.
Then why is it everything else I do is fine?
I don't know.
Everything else, I can go on here. I can stream. I can stream anything I want, and I can sit here and I can watch an entire 2 hour movie
I don't
and
know.
stream it, and it won't fuck up once.
I don't
I'm
know.
on here. I'm on here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, sorry, we don't like you. We're gonna
Well,
just fucking freeze
you
your
know,
shit.
we ought to. What is this? Jeremy's got a show that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? And
Yep.
there's a link for everybody to join, right? All right. Because it's like some. Anyway, I want to see. He's using something called. What is it called? One stream? One stream? It's like another streaming service. So I'm going to go check that out later and see what it's like.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything for everybody to join because I just brought up the Things Network and it just says it's just showing a conversation between him and Heather this morning. It looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's different. That's a different one. That's a different chat. There's one called Just Things.
Then I must not get that one.
I got them all. I don't know
No,
why.
that's because I'm not an important person.
No. Well, most of them have dealt with me from the beginning. Because I was trying to, when we were starting this, when we were back in, what was it, 2019,
Yeah,
with the guests and all of that because of, COVID and that. I was trying to get Jeremy to be one of our guests at the very
yeah,
beginning.
I know. I remember that.
So I don't know. It's
All
like,
right, can you hear me still?
yeah, I can hear you still. You
Okay.
know, it's like I've just been the main person for people to contact for us. I mean, that's like Dale, he'll call me out of the blue sometimes. And then I don't know, you might have got that one from Janet.
I still haven't gotten that stuff
Yeah,
over
I
to
haven't
her.
got that stuff either, but there was
I've been
some.
wanting to, but I've been trying. I've been getting derailed for everything.
um what was it? That no, this was about something different.
Yeah.
No, it's not on that profile. It's probably on my personal profile. It was actually about Eloise. Um, I find it here. Yeah, okay, here. I was thinking about booking an investigation at Eloise in like May. We would need like 10 people to go, and I believe it's $100 per person as long as we have 10 people. Also, we can only book Monday through Thursday. And I'm like, I don't know. That May's kind of far off, and
Hmm.
you and Tanya would have to take vacations again and
I
sync it
got
all
I got
together,
time built up for vacations.
you know, and coordinate it and go again. Because we didn't quite get to investigate Eloise. We only got in to a certain point, inside of it to a certain point. And then we basically got a tour of that, like, first floor of it. Because they had some kind of blues concert going on outside. Um, but it's still, the whole thing, the whole trip was still worth it. Because the way Tanya and I took on the way back and stuff. I didn't do a lot of videos on some of the locations, but I did. We did take a lot of pictures and do plan to go back to some of these spots. Oh, so I think you're frozen again. Yeah, it looks like he's frozen again. Oh well, we're gonna have a difficult time tonight. So anyway, I'm trying to see. Oh, he just disappeared. See, he was frozen. So I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's back. He's back. Welcome back.
I guess that's the way I'm gonna have to do it for a while there until we figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Well, unless it fixes itself after you hardwired it all.
Well, I gotta work on getting that done. I still got all the shit that I need for making the cables. I just need the cable.
Oh
So
yeah, you still got all the shit for making the cable, but you don't have the cable.
I don't have the cable. I don't have the raw cable to make it.
What happened to all that
I
raw
got the
cable
clipper.
that you
I got
bought?
the clip. I've used it over the
Really?
years. Yeah, making lines for everybody else and shit and helping people out.
Wow.
So I mean, if anything, I can I'll measure and figure out how far I need to go, and yeah, because it's gonna be weird putting it across the ceiling up here.
So I guess as you were over here today, and I was watching a couple of horror flicks on and off,
Mm-hmm.
and we got talking about Hollywood and fucking up remakes and shit.
Well, that's the thing. Hollywood been fucking up remakes. They go and remake a damn. I mean, look! It all started with the Fantastic Four. That's where I'm thinking it all started, because you had two Fantastic Four movies. They were really good. They did well. They stuck to the comic book pretty much, and then all of a sudden, oh look, Fox is going to go and remake the Fantastic Four, and guess what? It's not going to be like the original. Okay, you got
Well, didn't they?
Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm is a black guy. The family is black family. Susan is adopted. She's a white girl adopted by a black family. They don't get their powers by going with the guy, Victor Von Doom, up to his space station and get hit by a cosmic storm. No, they get their powers by going through some dimensional portal shit to a different world where they allegedly get their powers there.
Yeah, they really messed that up bad.
What the fuck is that?
You know, I
I'm
mean,
sorry, but that is not the way that comic goes. That is
no.
not the way that storyline is supposed
Well,
to
it's
be.
not. They mess with the origins, and you don't mess with the
Yeah,
origins.
they mess with the origins.
I mean, how
Okay,
the Batman
Johnny and Susan Storm are
brother and
brother and
sister,
sister, blood brother and sister.
right?
Okay, and Johnny becomes the Human Torch.
Torch,
Susan becomes
the
the Invisible
Invisible
Girl,
Woman,
and then you have Reed Richards, who is the
Plastic
head
Man.
scientist. He's the head scientist, and him and Susan are dating.
Yeah.
Actually, in the comic, I think it was they were dating, and Susan started dating Victor Von Doom,
Well, they did that
and
in the movie, kind of too.
they did that in the movie. Yes, in the first movie. So, but she's still part of the scientific team,
Right.
and Ben is the test pilot, astronaut, and good friend to Reed. So all of them, when Victor's like, "Yeah, I got the space station, because I'm a rich motherfucker. Let's go up there, and I'm gonna let you do experiments up there." Blah 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 blah. And they
Right.
all went up, and then the shielding something happened that because Ben was an astronaut, he goes and dons the spacesuit, goes out, fixes the fucking thing that for the shielding so they can try and protect themselves from this cosmic storm. Well, he didn't quite make it back to the airlock, and the fucking airlock door was wide open. So therefore, he gets 100% hit by the damn storm. The storm runs through the entire space station, and everybody gets a dose of it, which is what caused their DNA to react and become mutated DNA, and that's how they got their power.
Yeah. And
Ta-da!
and they kept that pretty much. That when they
Yeah.
mess up the origin stories of things, and it really pisses me off. It's like the Batman from the comics, and the way the Joker was made and all of that. He killed Bruce Bruce's father and mother outside of thing, the theater or something, when he was a kid, and his name was Jack Napier and all of that. And then they mess that all up, and they change all that stuff, and they make the Joker, and now you got this guy, and he's somebody. Yeah, I'm not big on those remakes or somebody taking the story and twisting it around so it's different. If they're going to make the hero stories, they should stick to the comic books. You know, those those comic books were good enough and made, and some of those, you know, they deviate way too much.
I kept hollering. You must have froze again. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Now when Tim Burton made started the Batman's movies, he did it right. He stuck to the storyline. He made
Well,
sure that see, and what it was Bruce and his parents came out of the theater, and for some reason Bruce's dad wanted to go through the alleyway instead. It was like a shortcut. And then that's when Jack, Mr. Napier, um, basically mugged him. That's all he was trying to do is mug him. And then all of a sudden, the struggle occurred, and then he shot both Bruce's parents.
I watched that new Joker movie, that one with that
Mhm.
standalone character that was like, going into court and all of that because he was,
The
and
one
his
with Joaquin Phoenix.
no, he's got real long hair.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, that the Joker. That I'm sorry, but I could not get into that one. It's just like the
Well,
one
they
with
didn't even call
this
him
newest
Jack Napier.
this it's just like with this newest Batman movie that they made with that kid from the
Harry
The
Potter
Twilight series.
or
yeah, the
Twilight.
Twilight series, Harry Potter, whatever the fuck.
Well, I don't know. They're
I
all the same.
couldn't get into that either. I didn't like how they were trying to portray him as Batman. I didn't even like the way the kid even acted in there as Bruce Wayne in the Batman. He screwed it he screwed the whole damn thing up.
But the Batman movie was better than the Joker movie. I'll say. I mean, I'm not saying it was good, but it was more tolerable.
Oh, dude, the second Joker movie. You
I
talk
have
about bad reviews. Oh my god,
I have
that
no
thing has
intention.
been no that thing. When I first seen I seen I was seeing some of the previews and shit to that. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm even going to watch that, even attempt to watch that.
No.
And then all of a sudden you get all these bad reviews. That thing has lost a ton of money.
I mean, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? No. Hell
No,
to the
hell
no.
They
no.
they
I'm gonna
got it.
tell you right now. Okay, since Margot Robbie, when
She
she went
nailed it.
into all this and took that role as Harley,
She nailed it.
it's going to be impossible for anybody else to come through and take over that role from her
Well,
because of
that,
the fact that the way she freaking portrayed Harley Quinn. I mean, she nailed it so good, it was ridiculous.
that's why they shouldn't be making remakes of some of these because
No,
the main characters in these movies were portrayed by an actor that did such a good job that nobody can compare. You know, Tim Curry doing Pennywise, or
yeah,
Tim Curry as Doctor. What was
Frankenfurter.
right?
Dr. Frankenfurter from
There can never be another Frankenfurter. There can
Right.
be
oh
imitation.
hell to the no. Now, but when they did make this alleged second movie of that
Rocky?
of
Shock
Rocky, yes,
treatment?
yes.
I know
When they
everything
did
about
it,
that movie.
it did not. They did not try to do it as a remake of
No.
the original Rocky.
No.
They basically continued the storyline.
For some of the characters. Like
Yeah, for some of it.
for Magenta and
I mean,
Columbia and
it was its own movie,
yeah.
its own standalone, but it still they brought elements of the original into it and flowed it into so it kind of blended some.
I still haven't made it all the way through that the shock treatment movie yet though. Rocky Horror I will watch until the day I die. I could watch
Oh
it 5 times in a
hell yeah!
row.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
fuck yeah! That is a freaking
The
awesome
music was
movie.
great. The casting was great.
Yep. I just
You
recently
know,
saw a video where they did an anniversary like gathering at like a Comic Con or something or some convention, and I mean, of course, not everybody was there, but you had Barry Bostwick, who was Brad, you had Patricia Quinn, who was Magenta, and Lil Nell, that was Columbia, but you also had Peter Hinwood, which is really, I thought he died, but apparently he didn't.
Not yet.
no, I
And
think,
I think Tim Curry's still alive too.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
but he
but
wasn't
he's in a
up to that.
wheelchair.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he's
Uh oh.
Yeah, he froze again. He's having issues still. You know, and then you got, and then Meatloaf was in that movie too, and
Yeah,
he's gone.
played Eddie. I'm sure the guy that played the criminologist, like the narrator, I'm sure he's long been gone. Charles Gray.
And then you had Susan Sarandon as Janet.
Yep. She
Damn it,
really took
Janet!
off. I mean, Barry Bostwick took off too. You know, he was in some movies and stuff. He was in Weekend at Bernie's too.
back.
I'm front. Wait, no, I don't like that.
No, and he just. I figured, okay, instead of like logging completely out, all I do is I shut my connection off and then turn it back on, and it fucking resyncs me.
Wow.
It's like fucking. I don't know, man. I was telling Joe, I can sit here and I can download shit. And I don't have a problem. It
I'm gonna
downloads, no problem. I can sit here, I can stream a fucking 2 hour movie, and it won't freeze in the middle. It'll continue going. It'll go completely through.
Yeah.
see,
I can watch shit on YouTube, but it's
with
like
internet,
when
you
I
have
get on here.
with internet, you have the two pathways, the incoming and outgoing. Maybe
Yep.
there's a problem with the outgoing.
Yeah. We're gonna have
I
to
don't know.
try to figure out what his problem is eventually. I
Well,
wasn't over there long
I'm
enough
gonna
the
get
other day to help.
I'm gonna get some Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. I can make it myself. I just now
Oh,
what I'd
Tanya.
like to do is go up from from the living room up through the floor or ceiling up into the floor, but I don't know if I'd be able to do that because I
Tanya's
mean
jealous today. Tanya got jealous and mad at me today because you brought me Taco Bell. I want Taco Bell. Where's mine?
Wait, he brings you stuff on his birthday? Man, I wish I lived closer.
He brought me a TV over on his birthday because it's also his day off.
Wow.
Thursdays are his day
well,
off.
I had this
And
23-inch TV that I had.
I was
It's just
just
sitting
over
in
there,
drying dust.
and I was just over there on Saturday. Wasn't it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday or
Yeah, I think
Sunday.
it was Saturday,
I was out and
and
about,
I
and he didn't
couldn't
have the
find the
cable
cable
for it.
for it.
So he
The
didn't have the
power
core
supply.
cable. Yeah.
My girlfriend puts shit away. She does this. She'll put shit away and won't
And
tell me where she puts it, and then
then
forgets where
forgets
she
where
puts
she
it.
puts it. Yeah.
So we wound up. It only took us about 20 minutes to find it because we basically looked through everything where we had stuff,
Hmm.
and I found it pretty quick.
So now I can play my Xbox.
There you go.
So I
Well,
took the TV. I took it over there to him so he could use it to put it on his desk. Okay, no problem.
I need to get myself another monitor.
so
I am so missing my second monitor.
I've got three of them
Um,
sitting around
I'll
here,
tell you. I'll tell
and
you right now, Tom. Get yourself an HD TV.
That's
Get
what
a
I had as my
23
second
inch.
monitor.
Right, get a 23-inch HD TV or a 32-inch.
It
I mean,
just took a crap. It was old.
I've got like a 40 some. I think this is a 43-inch that I've got here. Plus, I got one in the closet behind me,
Yeah,
and they're both smart TVs. But yeah, I mean, I that's what I got hooked up. I got a 43-inch, and I got my computer hooked to it, and runs just fine.
yeah. I had a TV as my second. It was a flat screen. I don't think it was HD. It might have been HD. It was an early HD, but and it was working fine. But then all of a sudden, it just started shutting off on me, like just
like a
randomly,
shit, huh?
and then it would like shut off automatically when I went to turn it on. I'm like, all right, fuck it, and I took it off the desk. Now I was at first, I'm like, wow, look at how much more room I have on the desk now. This is great. The next time I did a streaming for like with Golfit, I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Now, yeah, you're sitting there going,
Yeah.
"Oh man,
I can't see the chat now. I can't.
So
yep,
now,
yep."
no, I got to do it all.
Mhm.
But
So
yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
it's
I can
nice.
use my laptop, but you know, that's a piece of shit too.
yeah, I got two monitors hooked up to my computer at all times.
Yeah, he said he's going to hook
Yeah,
his
I
computer up to
might
that
just switch
TV
out
now.
this fucking TV with my bigger monitor over here and just switch them around
You
because
can
it's bigger
still
than my
have the
biggest
Xbox hooked
monitor.
to it. You can
Yeah.
still have it.
Oh,
You
that's
can have
right.
it's
Then
got
I'd have three
multiple
monitors.
HDMI's.
That's right. Hold
It's
on.
got multiple HDMI hookups.
Yeah, but it's got
And
it.
just switch the source when you want to.
Exactly.
Nope, it don't have the hookup I need. I'd have to get a converter
What hookup you talking about for your?
for my computer. I'd have to get a converter because all that's left on the back of the computer is device hookups. So I have to get
Oh,
a device to HDMI hookup. So I'd have to get a device to HDMI
Oh,
cable where one end is HDMI and the other end's device.
I think you froze again, Mark.
Yeah, he froze again. He'll be back.
I thought he was just listening really intently for a second. That's him. I'm not coming back.
I know she's got the phone, so she should be answering it.
She doesn't speak the language. Doesn't know what to say.
Well, her son's been calling here
Uh,
because he's out driving and he'll hit dead spots. You
shouldn't
know.
talk on the phone and drive, man.
Well, they've got it now where, now you don't have to actually answer your phone in your newer vehicles, like
Yeah,
my truck out there. When
yeah.
her phone
It's
rings, she answers it through the radio, and it's like, God damn it, you're interrupting a good song.
God
Because
damn it!
you're
Two
listening
out
and
of
you're like
three Ain't
really
Bad
into
was
the
just on.
song, and it's like all of a sudden her phone rings, and it's like one of her kids, and it's like, fucking A, you picked the wrong time to call. No.
They never play that song.
Yeah. Well, it's like, they're playing like on the oldies channel, it's always the songs you and I and Mark grew up on back
Yeah,
in so that's what the oldies is nowadays, okay?
I know.
So uh, I'm listening to it, so they were playing like one of
Feedback.
these,
You're. I hear you, but you're not on it. There you are. There you are.
Okay. Okay. Now here's what I was trying to tell you. Take your HDMI cable from your other monitor, hook it to that TV, and then use the DVI port or the DV port, or DP, to that other monitor. You should, if that's a standard monitor with an HDMI port, it should have a DP port as well, display port. Then
one
all
of
you
the
need is the cable for that, which I have like 3 of them sitting here.
actually one of these monitors is
Not
uh
like the other.
device only.
Well,
See,
how
all
many
right,
of these, how many HDMI ports you got off your video card?
one.
Okay, you've got probably what, 3 DP ports?
No, they're not DB ports. They're yeah, device ports. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
they would be.
DP,
All
DP
right,
port
I've got
ports.
like 6 of those.
Damn.
I told you, I've got a very expensive video card in this
Yeah,
config.
well, yeah, your video card's older than mine, but mine's only got the three DP ports and the one HDMI.
Oh, and this was during the time that trying to find a video card
It was
was
like pulling teeth because that's when everybody was using them in the mining gears
well that
rigs that
plus
they were doing for the Bitcoin.
plus the COVID had all the chip factories down. Shut down. So they weren't
I
making
actually,
chips. Hi, Ashley. They weren't making chips and stuff for the cards.
okay.
So manufacturing was down really low.
So which one of your monitors? There are 2 monitors there has the HDMI.
I don't know which. Well, this one doesn't. It must be the bigger one.
Okay. Now look at if you can, look at the back of your bigger one and see if there's a display port along with the HDMI plug-in.
No, there's not. No. I'll get it figured out. I got to do. I had to do it once before. I'll get it off Amazon. All
Well,
I
what you'll do is you get a display port to HDMI.
right. That's all I
Take
need.
your HDMI plug and make sure your HDMI to HDMI is plugged to the 23-inch or the big monitor, the television monitor, and then use a display port to the HDMI on the other monitor. Because your HDMI gives you sound, so you'll have it on the TV instead.
I don't need the sound.
But I'm saying, in case you want it, it'll be there.
No, I don't need the sound. I've got
Whatever.
I've got a subwoofer back here with 2 big speakers, hooked up to
I
my
got
sound card, which is
I got my
separate.
I got my clip speakers. I got my woofer down here and my 2 here, and I can actually rock this place
I
with it.
mean, like
Pretty loud.
like the sign says behind me, my neighbors
Stoner.
are listening to great music whether they like it or not.
Yeah, Stoner, High
Well,
Street,
if
Mary Jane Lane.
I could make it with the door closed, I could piss her off out there.
Well, yeah.
I could get this
With the
so
door
loud.
closed, you've always been able to piss
I
her
can
off,
get
even
this
without the
so
radio.
loud. I can get it so loud in here she won't be able to hear the TV. And Gabe, you know where Gabe is, right across, kind of kitty corner,
I know where he's
right?
at. Yeah.
Dave's not here, man.
He would hear it in
Gabe,
his
not
trailer.
Dave. Gabe.
He came over here one day and he says, "I heard you playing music earlier today. I heard it in my trailer." And I said, "Really? It got that loud? I'm sorry."
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. When I start not making noise, let me know. That way I can do the
It's just
doohickey.
sometimes when you freeze, it's like when Joe's in the middle of talking, it just looks like you're intently listening really hard for a
Because
while.
I'm sitting here holding my chin.
Yeah.
Because like you'll freeze and you'll just be like, and it's like, wow,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
really
to
listening.
create a
All right,
new.
I'll start doing this.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check
You're
that
getting
out.
you're getting messages that I can't see.
Yeah, because you're not part of that thing's chat.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
oh, but there are a couple messages there from
yeah.
Ashley.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I know. There's a couple messages from Ashley.
What the fuck, man?
Oh. How are you, Ashley? No. How's my grandsons?
Um,
They doing good?
doing okay.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's my youngest daughter.
I only have one, so he's my youngest and my oldest.
Well, I've got three.
Yeah, no. Only
Ashley,
ever had the one.
and it works out kind of funny. From oldest to youngest, they make up DNA. Their initials are DNA.
Huh.
Ooh, yeah. Deborah, Nick, and Ashley.
That's a
DNA.
beer and a burger.
A beer and a burger, huh?
Yeah, that was all in that burp. I could taste them both.
Ew.
I made
Ew.
I made burgers like not the kind that are already pre-made and everything. Like I got the ground meat and I put in the onions and the
Oh,
peppers.
I
And
do
all
that
that.
all the time.
I
I
just
don't
didn't
like
feel
them.
like doing it because it's a mess to clean up because I make it in the pan.
Well,
So
I don't like making those like frozen type
yeah,
patties and stuff that you buy in the store, pre-made. If I do make pre-made ones, though, some of grocery stores they still have like a butcher shop, kind of where they have all the
yeah,
fresh meat.
yeah.
Sometimes they'll make up like
We'll make patties.
patties with
Yeah,
like the bacon and the cheddar cheese and shit.
we where I go for shopping. It's a mainstream supermarket here called Acme. Um,
Acme.
ACME Acme.
I thought that's where
That's where Wiley yeah, that's where he
Coyote gets all
shops.
his stuff to
I
to.
saw him there.
Wiley Coyote gets all his shit there.
That's right. He was down the dynamite aisle today when I saw him. Um, but yeah, they have like they make them and they package them,
Right,
but they're never
but
frozen. They're
they're
just
never frozen. Right.
yeah.
That's what I was talking to him today. I don't go to those fast food restaurants anymore.
I go to Chick-fil-A. I like
You
that.
know, I can understand that because it's chicken.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nope,
that's something
nope.
different. But like
There's
McDonald's
a restaurant.
or
If we had
Burger
it up,
King or Wendy's or Culver's or any of these places, like that. And
there are there are two restaurants from California. If we had them out here, you wouldn't want to go to any other restaurant.
Hmm.
One of them is In-N-Out Burger.
I think they had them on the East Coast too at one
Nope,
point.
nope. They have never been on the East Coast. In-N-Out
Really?
started they started in Southern California, and the furthest this direction they've made it is to Colorado.
Hmm.
There's one in Denver, Colorado, and There's one in Texas,
I know
down
that
in
there's at least one
Dallas
or two
area.
in Vegas because my cousin Jimmy shops there all the time.
I think there's two of them in Vegas, maybe three. But
You know,
and then the other one, if you since you're talking about chicken, you like chicken. The other one is called El Pollo Loco.
That's the place from Breaking Bad.
Do you know what El Pollo Loco means?
Yeah, they said it in this show, but I can't remember.
It literally interprets the chicken crazy, but it's in Spanish it's the crazy chicken.
Huh.
And it's really cool because you can get Mexican beans, you can get refried beans, black beans, you can get Mexican rice, but the way they do their chicken, it's all grilled. It's not baked, not fried. It's all on this big freaking hibachi type grill they got right in the center of the back kitchen down back there.
Wow.
And they serve it with tortillas and salsa.
I did not know that was a real place.
Yep.
I just thought it was in
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
Nope. It is absolutely a real place.
but now
El
the
Pollo
point
Loco.
I was trying to make though about those places is back in the '80s, if you looked at a commercial from like McDonald's and the Big Mac looked a lot thicker. The patty did,
And it
and
wasn't made with as much
the
soy.
sandwich was like about this tall.
Yeah.
Now the sandwich is about half that tall. The patty's about like this. It's like almost paper thin, and it's so dry when you eat it, you're wondering if it's meat or not.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
I got one for you, Joe. I was checking out some anime today because I like my anime.
Hentai?
No, no. I like isekai.
Hmm.
That's the reincarnation ones, or brought to the called to the world to be the hero type of thing. But no, I found this one. I went and found this one site where it had Japanese commercials.
Really?
Huh.
Yes. And one of the commercials was a commercial for McDonald's. And they
Really?
were advertising the Big Mac and the Chicken Mac.
Chicken Mac.
It was a Big Mac with 2 chicken patties.
Oh my lord. Unhinge your jaw.
It was a friggin' Chicken Mac. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
And I know they're big on their chicken over there. The Japanese and Chinese really love their chicken.
they got a lot. If you go overseas to some of those places, the restaurants that you would like walk into a McDonald's or Burger King, and it's
Oh, it's
not
all
going to
different.
have the same menu.
Yeah, it's all different. And even if it is the same thing from one of the other menus from here, it's not going to be made the same way. And he froze. Look, you sneezed so hard, you froze.
Yeah,
Mark.
froze Mark. You froze Mark. Apparently, you can hear us on his end, so we got froze.
Yeah, when he freezes, that's why I say I think it must be the
all those
outfit.
restaurants. I remember going and when they had the Burger King or McDonald's special, there was like the triple cheeseburgers. Remember those?
Yeah.
You could get them like for two for $3 or something. They had a special, so we'd go down there because it was.
Did you see what Ashley put about Wendy's?
Yeah, they got a Krabby Patty sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the commercial for that. That was
And
funny.
here's another funny thing. I did see one of the commercials for that too, but there are some of the Wendy's to promote it. They've got a tunnel drive-through that is a tunnel of Bikini Bottom as you go through, and then you make your order, and then you go up to the window and you get your Krabby Patty.
People have been making all kinds of videos with that too. Like I see it on TikTok and stuff. One guy went dressed in a big crab outfit. He's like, "Who stole my formula?
Who stole my formula?"
I gave it to him, friend.
Yeah.
Fletcher!
Okay.
You know, but it's back then.
That was horrible.
But back in the day, when you ate one of those burgers from one of those places, it's like when you bit into it, it's like all the juices came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't grease. It was like all the juices from the hamburger, just you know.
They got a
And,
pineapple frosty too.
and,
Oh damn! I'm gonna have to try
nowadays,
that.
it's like everything's frozen. They don't know how to cook those frozen patties right. So when you eat any burger from any of those places, it's all dry.
Oh,
And it's
here's
like
one.
eating leather.
Here's a nasty one for you. Ready? You like Arby's?
Mm.
You know that Arby's does the roast beef, and they do like a roasted chicken sandwich, stuff like that. You know those motherfuckers are doing deep fried hamburgers now.
Ew.
Oh, yuck.
Yep.
Well, you never know. It might turn out good if they do
Nope.
it right.
Nope. It's
Because,
fucking nasty. It's
that,
nasty as hell.
well, that place, there's a place in Jefferson, I think it is. It's probably closed for the season. They're only open, during the warmer
Yeah, I
months.
know which one you're talking about.
I don't know what it's
It's
called, but they broil their hamburgers.
ugh.
And I thought, oh, that's disgusting.
No broiling. Broiling's a little different, Joe. It's like baking.
Well, anyway,
You're
whatever.
thinking boiled. Oh,
Yeah, they were
let's
boiled the
boil
burger.
the meat.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that. That's what it's
No,
called.
that's nasty.
That's what it's called. It's in Jefferson.
Windows. Yep.
Been there a
Yeah,
couple of
but for some reason that place is really, really popular.
Yeah,
And every summer, and it's a little shack. It's a little tiny fucking shack.
yeah, no
So
bigger than a
you
food
don't
truck.
go inside to eat. You just walk up to the window, and every time people during the summertime, that place has a line around the fucking corner to get burgers from them.
Yep,
I don't
yep,
know. I've never had them. Never tried them.
yep. Tanya and I were there, and we had to wait. We had a bit of a line to wait in, and
And then
and
further down by the river there, you not in the van by the river, Tom, but down by the
down by
down
the
by the
river.
river,
If Nick was
there
here, he would have picked up on that right away.
there's a little restaurant, um, a little burger joint that actually the city got together, all the citizens of Jefferson that last time it flooded real bad got together and helped them out because it's a real popular little restaurant there.
Yeah, there are a few of those little popular joints around.
And well, it got flooded out, so now it sits up on a small hill that they put, and then rebuilt the restaurant. And actually, you lived everywhere. You used to live in Whitewater. I'd
I
go pick
live
you up.
everywhere, man.
Now she's up there in Oshkosh, away
Oshkosh,
from all
Scotch.
of us. Hey, look, it's a pickle fucker.
Hey, that was a good movie, by the way.
A pickle fucker?
I don't think I've ever seen that
He's
one.
watching porn again.
Oh, where that came from, Clerks too.
Yeah. Anyway, Clerks was a good movie. The second one, I didn't see the third one yet.
Well, I saw the second one. I kind of,
I mean, it was
I don't know.
okay.
I think for the guy that made it, Mike Smith, and
Yeah.
ask it's him and his buddy. Um,
Jason
they
Matthews.
they did a good job. You know, I think they need to do another Dogma though.
Yeah, Dogma was a good
Would
movie.
really
Don't
like
redo it. Make
to,
another one.
right, just make another one. You know,
Pay
I mean,
homage to George Carlin somehow.
right, right. That
Don't
would,
don't have Alanis as God.
yeah,
Unless she can do it. If she can still do it, then cool. Why not?
yeah, but she's probably aged too much. That movie was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. She's a great.
Actually, before I froze up, I was actually gonna say the one that I like that those two did was Dogma.
I've got that.
That's
That's
I've
actually a
got
good
the
movie.
special edition DVD of that.
So, we were talking Batman earlier. What do you guys think of Ben Affleck as Batman in the newer ones? In the Superman versus Batman
I
Doomsday.
didn't see that, but I did see the Justice League where he was Batman. And I've been waiting for the
Have
Justice
you
League live
seen
action since I was a kid.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the Flash, the Flash movie?
No,
Well,
but I know who portrays Batman in that. Well, both of them do actually. I think both him
I
and
don't
No,
Michael
know.
no,
Keaton.
no, 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 no. There's three of them in that one.
Yeah,
I'll give him this.
Hmm.
He was better than George Clooney and Val Kilmer and a couple of the others. What's his name? The guy from Twilight that did
yeah.
Batman. You
Yeah.
know,
No, well, okay. In the Flash movie, your
but he was
main
no Michael
Batman.
Keaton. Michael Keaton's still my favorite.
He was
Your,
in it.
in the Flash movie, your main Batman was Michael Keaton,
Yep.
and then you also had Ben Affleck, and I believe Christian Bale was in there as well.
Oh wow. Where is
So
she?
at the end,
Yeah,
Where is she? I need to know. Tell me where she is.
yeah.
but
And then,
again, I still like Heath Ledger as what he did.
Batman. How are you doing today,
He did the
Batman?
Joker.
Oh, Bane.
That's right. That's my name. Now, see, but in the cartoon, he didn't say anything but Bane.
Well,
Bane.
the
Just
other thing they
Bane.
fucked up real bad besides that Fantastic Four
Oh,
movie
they shouldn't have changed the people in that. That was dumb.
is that TV series. I watched it for I think I got
I think he was the best Joker.
2 episodes, maybe 3, right? And it's that one called Gotham.
Oh God,
They
Gotham. They fucked
messed
that
that
up too.
up
They
so
that
bad.
they screwed that storyline up so bad. It's not even funny.
Well, have you ever heard of a skinny penguin?
No.
I mean, the guy that
It's
was
not a movie,
playing.
Ashley. It's a series on
Oh no,
on
Yeah.
HBO Max.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I
I
mean,
haven't
it's the
seen
same
that
dude
yet.
that played the Penguin, I think, in that Batman movie with the Twilight dude. I forget his name,
Well,
but
Yeah.
the guy that plays that penguin looks like he's chubbier than the one that played in the Gotham TV series.
No, the one that played the best penguin was Danny DeVito.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
he
I agree
he
with that.
emulated the comic book
Well,
Batman,
actually, no.
or I mean Penguin.
Actually, my favorite penguin goes way back to Burgess Meredith.
Okay, yeah, he was a good penguin too. But I'm saying the one that was the closest to
Oh,
the height,
yeah,
the
Danny,
size,
Danny
and
DeVito
also
played.
he did portray it very well as the
he-
penguin.
Danny DeVito did a great job in honoring Burgess Meredith's memory in that movie where he
Hmm.
was the penguin.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, I thought that, and then,
Also, all the copper pots.
but I didn't like what's his name. I mean, I like Jim Carrey, but he sucked as the Riddler.
well, yeah.
He was too goofy, too funny, and
What's
he
his
couldn't
name?
play that like devious type.
He played a darker Riddler than what you had on the Adam West Batman. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember the guy's name. He was a comedian that portrayed the Joker. Oddly enough, did impressions
Joker
and
or
everything.
Riddler?
Huh?
Joker or Riddler?
I mean Riddler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um, no, Joker was Cesar Romero. Um,
Yeah, the original.
the original Riddler.
And the original Riddler was
I can't remember his name either.
I usually know it too, and it's just escaping me. But he did really good impressions in his stand-up and stuff when he was doing that. Um, let's see.
Frank Gorshin played the
Yeah,
original
Frank Gorshin.
Riddler.
Yep. Like once I didn't even realize there was some hokey ass movie that I loved for whatever reason that came out in the '90s. Um, with what's his name, Robert Townsend, Meteor Man, and Frank Gorshin plays like the bad guy in that movie, and I didn't even realize that was him at first. And Mark froze.
Wow. They had, in that entire old TV series, the one with Burt Ward and Adam West,
Mm-hmm.
they had, it looks like 1, 2, 3,
Catwoman.
different Catwomans,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then you had um oh wow, Vincent Price was in there as Egghead.
Yeah. 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 They had their random bigger
But
stars that would play.
you had two actors playing Mr. Freeze. No,
Yeah.
three.
I
There
didn't like the Mr. Freeze back then.
there was three of them playing Mr. Freeze. Yeah, they had a lot of different actors playing some of those villains.
And I
Like
didn't even realize as a kid that the Joker had a mustache. Like you couldn't tell
yeah,
because of the makeup, but
Oh, we got back on Tuesday morning, early. So, Mama, hold on. We
and one of the cat women was black.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember.
Hey, it
I
looks
can't
like Tom
remember.
might have froze.
Did I?
Yeah, well, Mom was being a buddy.
I'm not frozen.
No, no, no. On that,
Oh,
Ashley, that's not who. Yeah, she did a great Catwoman. But no, we were talking about way before you were born. You weren't even an inch in my pants yet. Um, the old Adam West, back when I was a kid, there was a TV series with Adam West and Burt Ward playing Batman and Robin. And when I was watching it, it was in reruns already because that thing started in like mid 60s, like right around 64, 65, and that's somewhere in there.
that was Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, and Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, well, that one
Eartha Kitt was the black woman.
the one woman, she plays I still see her acting today still because I've seen her on NCIS playing like Gibbs' mother-in-law.
Hmm.
Oh,
Apparently, Christina Ricci.
yeah, he's a really old fuck
did a
today.
Catwoman. I could actually hear Robert's voice saying that. That's weird.
He turns like
Happy birthday,
65.
Mark.
He turned like 65 today. So
Oh, well, we can see you, but we can't hear you. How's that?
that's because he's talking to his daughter
Oh, I thought
on
he
the
was.
cell phone.
Okay, I
think
got you.
he muted himself.
Yeah.
Actually, let's see, he's 56, I believe. I just turned the numbers around, say 65. Say,
Yeah. Well, dyslexia happens when you get older like that.
right.
You know?
See. Yeah, I'm a year older than Mark. I'm a year older than Woody. You know,
Wow. I haven't even reached the 50 mark yet, and I'm holding on to 49 as much as I can because February's coming quick.
you know, and then March is just right around the corner, and
Yep.
I get a year
What?
closer to that fucking.
What around the what corner?
What?
I got my child on the phone. Hang on.
Yeah, we know you have your child on the phone. But
I had my
And it
child.
looks like Tom's frozen. His picture's been frozen for a while on my screen.
Am
no,
I?
he's not frozen. That put on a hat, man. The glare is like blinding.
Gotta put a little powder on there, man. Buff it down, you know.
I think he buffed it and waxed it. That's why
Might
it's got
have, man.
such a glare.
He's got hardwood floors.
Hardwood head too.
Oh man! So tomorrow, I took off for tomorrow because I have an exciting day ahead of me.
Oh yeah, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going to this mansion. It's an old mansion from like the
Really?
1700s.
Nice.
It's not anything really all that impressive, but what's impressive is what's inside of it. Um, the garden that I take care of and all that, and then that I volunteered with. That's in like most of my videos. In fact, it was in my last video. They had a mansion there, and the people that owned it, their last name was Logan, and their dining room set from that mansion sits in this other mansion.
Oh
So I'm going to be able to go to this
All right, am
mansion.
I frozen now? Can
No,
you hear me?
yep.
no, I don't wanna.
But there's also going to be this dude there that's he was on an episode of Expedition Unknown. They were talking about the Doan Gang, which were people from the Revolutionary War that were like extricated by the country, and they went on the lam and they stole money from some bank and stuff like this, and they never recovered the money.
No.
Um, but he was on that show, so I've talked to him once online, but I get to meet him in person,
Oh, that'd be cool.
and I'm definitely making a video out of it. So
Nice. Mark, you froze again.
he just when he comes back and he asks if he's frozen.
So that's that's from the show with Josh Gates then.
Yeah, Expedition Unknown. It's a good episode too. Like I watched it, and then I reached out to this guy because I saw him posting in one of the groups I belong
I'm a
to.
little disappointed. You know, I gotta say this too because we've been talking about TV in Hollywood.
Hmm.
You know, I saw Josh Gates in Milwaukee. I got last minute tickets to see him, so I went down there to see him in Milwaukee while he was
1700
doing like a concert.
Ghosts
Ghost
in the
in the
Mansion. What's that about?
Uh,
What's that
that was,
about?
that's what I was just talking about. I'm going to be going to a mansion tomorrow that's like from like the 1700s. Like Benjamin Franklin hung out at this place.
Ah, cool.
Like, yeah. So
Is that
I
where
can't-
he discovered electricity?
actually,
Figured out that lightning does go through cables and
it's actually
blows the end of your dick
it's a
off if you don't
rumor
watch it.
that this is where he did that, and this is just outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs, a suburb called Ben Salem. But it's always said that he did that experiment in Philadelphia. But they have like not proof, but they have like facts that when you look at it, they coincide with what he did because you had to be on an elevated part of the land, which this mansion is. You had to be
Okay.
near water, which there's a creek that runs right along there, and there's some other condition, I think something to do with the land itself, and it all circles around this mansion. So if this is true, they're going to have to change the history books.
Well, there's a
Well,
lot. I'm sorry to say this, but there's a lot in our history books that's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got to change a lot of things.
There's a ton of stuff in our history books that's wrong,
And
and they purposely, a lot of it, they purposely did,
you know, but like I was
which is
saying,
wrong. I mean, which is bullshit. But yeah,
I asked, I was telling,
it's like okay, I'm gonna piss people off. It's like the Bible. The Bible actually, because the Vatican controls a lot of all that, there are books that were never put in the Bible
Hmm.
that are in the Vatican Library right today
well,
that
there's a lot of
tell a
conspiracy.
different, that actually combined with what's in there now tell a completely different story and
You know,
history.
I was on um, one of Lois's shows. All right, I don't know
I
which
was too.
one. I think it was before the names changed. You know, she changed the names of the two shows,
Hmm.
but they were talking about conspiracy theories that surrounded the Vatican. You know, and oh my God, did I learn a whole lot that day. You know, and it just explains a lot of things. But back to a point I was going to make. Josh Gates was here and did that thing on Bray Road.
Hmm.
And what really pissed me off is because of his producers, the people behind the scenes, they didn't do it right.
Now they did it the most entertaining spin they could do, like
Right.
they
Yeah,
do with everything.
that's exactly what they
And
did.
they could have made it entertaining all by itself without making shit up. I mean, Mark and I saw when they did a drive down at night, driving actually down Bray Road. It's about
We
two
did the same thing
miles.
before that, before they even did it.
Right. And this about 2.5 miles. It's completely dark. You know, mine can play tricks with
You
you.
gotta occasionally you have house lights, but they're off of the road and back kind of behind the woods a little bit.
And anyway, they saw like eye shine and immediately was jumping all over it, but it was a raccoon.
It's a coon, man. I could have told you that. In fact, I did tell you that from just looking. It's a coon.
But they jumped to the conclusion that it was the beast of Bray Road.
Hey, mind out of the gutter. I'm not going in that direction.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
they only talked to Lee for a few minutes.
I seen you. I seen you say you roll your eyes and start giggling.
Know, they could have done a better thing with that
They
whole
could have.
Bray
They could
Road.
have did. They could have did way better with it. I agree. But
Well, that dude. I mean, I'll give him. He's got some balls though. Because during the episode with this guy that I'm going to meet tomorrow that he was on, they went down into this cave, and it's like a real thin hole that you have to like lower yourself down with rope and everything to
Got
get
to use
down.
the Vaseline.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, he went down there. I wouldn't have done it.
Well, I've seen him go into some pretty crazy places.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's got some balls.
but they could have done a better job.
I'm sure.
You know, they could have interviewed Lee more because he loves to talk about it. And they could have actually, after driving down the road, instead of jumping to conclusions over there, they could have actually spent the night on his land and did an actual investigation and probably would have gotten better footage for the TV show.
Probably.
I mean, hell, what we had happen to us would have been better than the eye shine on, and they've got better fucking equipment, you know, considering who he is.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
mean, we had pretty good equipment too because we weren't alone that night that we were there that night. We had Dale Kazmarek with us, and he had a nicer thermal imaging camera than we have. Our camera can only take pictures. His was able to take video,
Yep.
you know, and he had like on a 10-inch like a 10-inch
Oh, he's
screen.
back. That was quick.
You know, but Josh Gates and their thermal shows right up on their laptops and stuff, and they could have gotten. And if they would have
Yeah,
got,
their equipment's better.
if they would have got happened to them, what happened to us that night, that would have been better footage for them than the eye shine. Because we had a bipedal figure in a cornfield, and then when we lost track of it, Dale and I were saying that it followed Mark. Yeah,
And it did.
Pinocchio.
There was something in the cornfield following me.
You know,
Hey, you know what? Does she tell you? Does she tell you to lie a lot?
You can do the helicopter with it.
but see, I don't like those shows either. I mean, people want to see something real. Sometimes it's paranormal. Go watch my channel. Go watch some of those others that are on YouTube. They just show what they see is, what they see is what you're
No,
going to see.
but what I was gonna say though, he does have experience in that, and he's got. And they actually did catch some stuff. Do you remember when they took the crew and went down to Mexico to the island of dolls?
Oh, that was one of my favorite episodes.
They actually caught one of the dolls moving,
Hmm.
and they were staying in that little shed thing. And there was a lot of stuff happening on the outside where
Oh, what's her name?
something
That's where they had the Expedition X.
yeah.
So before Josh, he sends out those two people before he comes
No,
out.
I think he was out there with them
No,
in that episode.
I not at the first, not at the beginning of it. He comes
But
out later.
he was out there with them, I think. No,
I don't know.
but the whole thing is, I remember that when there was some,
where
they caught some good stuff.
where the little girl supposedly drowned just off that shore.
Yes.
I can't remember the gal's name from that show, but anyway, she got really spooked.
Quit
and
slamming
freaked out
your
by
hand down. You made
something.
your camera move. You literally made your camera move a little bit. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it's because I'm banging on the table.
It's
And it actually just moved again. It moved over.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. You can't see all my signs.
Yeah. But now this is getting frustrating for me with this. I might actually call it early, let you guys finish out the
Well,
show.
we're almost done.
And anyway, Lisa
Lisa,
Lisa wanted me to go to dinner, or wanted to take me to dinner anyway. So
oh yeah, where are you going?
don't know.
McDonald's.
No, hell no. Her and I will not touch McDonald's. I seen an article and read that they did testing of the hamburger at McDonald's and they found human DNA in it.
All right.
So
I'd stop
anybody
eating there.
that goes to McDonald's, they're eating Soylent Green.
I stopped eating there like 20 years ago.
I mean,
Yeah, about the same. About the same for me.
it got. See, the way I look at it is those restaurants, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, their food has gone downhill and their prices have gone skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Right?
Except for Taco Bell, their food's pretty good and their prices are pretty decent.
Yeah,
Taco
right.
Bell.
Bullshit. Anyway, I go.
What, you don't like their food?
No,
You had 3 of their tacos today. That's what you told me to bring you.
but that's free food. You don't turn around free food.
Oh,
See,
fuck you.
but Taco Bell is just as bad as the rest of them. All right, Robert. Taco Bell is just as bad as the rest of them. Their quality has gone down over the years and their prices have gone up. All right. Now, for example, and you guys you might not be familiar with the one, but I think most of them are familiar with the other one. The two restaurants now, we don't go into any of those fast food places anymore. If I'm going to make tacos, I'll make tacos at home. You know, make the meat so I know exactly what's in it,
Meat tacos.
How do you know?
Oh,
and and, and sit there and use Doritos, and it's a lot cheaper, and it lasts for like 3 or 4 days if you make enough, right? Now, but the point I was making though about that restaurant thing is McDonald's has gotten so expensive for her and I to eat at McDonald's. It costs almost $50, and I'm going, what the fuck,
Yeah, I can believe that.
you
that's
know? And it's like Jesus Christ.
insane.
So
Mhm.
I go to there's a
Mm.
truck stop here called Pinecone, the Pinecone truck stop,
Mm-hmm.
not too far from where we live, like 20 minutes outside town. And
Yeah.
then of course, I don't know, most people have heard about Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find them anywhere around here.
Well, okay, so but they got they got really good food. It's like a small diner that's been around forever, and they've got like the $2, $3, $4, $5 menu, whatever.
Yeah.
Her and I can eat there at either one of those places, and it's going to cost us maybe a little over $20. You know,
Wow.
better food, probably healthier than eating at McDonald's or Burger King or any of those
Most
places.
definitely.
I miss
And about
Denny's.
half the price and twice the food.
Yep.
Denny's was great. Moon's over Miami. The
Oh,
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. I mean,
my yeah, she
Yeah,
liked
there's one
that.
over in Portland in
I
that area called Sherry's. That was pretty good too.
or those little like local when you get into like small
Mm.
towns, some of the local cafes, like we've got one down here.
Yep.
Is Main Street Cafe. It's been around for quite a few years. You know,
hop is
Yeah,
good.
IHOP. Yep.
and I can go in there on a Saturday or Sunday morning if we get there early enough. It's immediate seating. It looks like an old fashioned diner from the
Yep.
you know, and I can get sausage gravy and biscuits and hash browns for like $5.99.
Yeah.
And those biscuits are like this big
Huge.
around. Yeah,
Mm.
Wow.
they're huge and they're homemade.
Yeah, some of the better restaurants and stuff like that are in just like little towns. Like where uh, I have relatives up in Erie, Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, more than half of Erie, Pennsylvania is related to me in some way.
Really?
On my mom's side of the family. But we used to go up there every year. My grandfather and I and whoever else would go with us, and we always stopped at this one truck stop. I can't remember what the name of it was, but their advertising slogan was "Home of the worst apple pie."
Oh, jeez.
But it was actually really good. I
Yeah.
tried. I had to try it once. I was like, "Oh my god, I got to try this. I got to see how bad
Well,
this is."
yeah, it's gonna make you want to try it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
I get the concept behind that. I
all
mean,
their
yeah.
food was good.
Well, see, that's it. Just it. Those truck drivers, they know what truck stops are the best ones to eat at too.
Of course they do.
And in my family, I had like 3 or 4 uncles that pretty
Mhm.
much drove truck for a living.
Yep.
Over the road a lot.
Ashley's asking what the name of the truck stop was that you stopped at on the way back from Nick's wedding.
Oh fuck, I don't know. It wasn't a pine cone. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I know there was one. I don't think it was that one, but I'm trying to. It might have been Petro truck stop. Because it was on the interstate. You
Oh,
know,
it's just called the. I just looked it up because I looked up home of the America's worst apple pie. It's just
Yep.
called I-80 Restaurant.
I'm actually gonna buy it. I'm actually gonna bail.
yeah, I figured that.
We thought you already had.
Well, I keep freezing up, and then I keep resetting, and then I keep freezing up, and I keep, and so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
I
worth
stuck it out. I stuck it out for an hour or so. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
it. Uh huh.
go enjoy the rest of your
I'm
birthday.
gonna bail and probably go have
Yeah,
some
some
dinner. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Well, happy
Yep.
birthday, man.
Thanks.
And Dad causes fire by blowing out all the candles.
Oh, dad jokes. Gotta love them. Without dad jokes, I wouldn't have anything. Yes.
Well, he's lucky. He's
Why?
only got one kid.
Oh well.
He's got 2 grandkids though, but he's got one kid.
Yep.
I don't think I'll ever have grandkids.
And unfortunately, she's a lot like her mother.
Oh dear.
So he's got to put up with that.
Mm-mm.
Her mother was. Boy, the
Yeah.
way she screwed Mark over when the divorce happened, that was just bad news.
Mm.
You know.
Divorce is never fun.
And what was funny about the whole thing, though, when I met Mark, because he was my brother's friend, they were working together at Union Cab, and then I
Yeah.
started there. Anyway, later we found out that I was related to his wife.
Yeah.
How about that?
And it's like, oh God,
Small world kind of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, it was. And it's like,
The older I get, the more of those things I find.
yeah, no shit.
Stop looking then.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. They just appear.
I approach you and go, boom.
Well, I suppose we should call it a night. Give me about 10 minutes before I think I'm going to appear on this, whatever's going on over on Things Network today.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if you can see that chat or not, but
I don't know if there's like more than one chat for them.
yeah, there is.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I'm only in the one chat, and the last message I see on there was at 9:17 this morning. So
No, it's like here's the link for tonight. If anyone wants to join us, show starts at 8 Eastern.
that's like 9 minutes.
And then they're talking, and I just want to see what he's using. What is he using? One stream.
Ah,
So I'm gonna see what that's like.
yeah, I'd be curious to see.
I want to see how it works different because Mark's bitching about this, but I don't think this is it. Because
No,
he's the
because it's
only
not
one,
happening to anybody else. So.
right? He's the only one that it's happening to, and
I'm willing to bet whatever the problem is, he would probably have it with any of them.
when we do golf it, all right, we've got Nick, Robert, Kate,
Yeah.
Joe, whatever, and not
International.
Nick. Nick tends to have problem just a little bit, but
A little bit problem, yeah.
it's he just kind of does that where like it's buffering or something.
Yeah,
He doesn't totally lose the connection, but that's because he's got a bad connection and he's in the basement.
right.
Yeah.
And then
He
when
needs a hard wire.
he changes over to a different computer or different room, his connection gets a lot better.
Mhm.
Yep.
But nope, he's always got to blame Spectrum or that it's something else or something else, and I think it's because his computer's not hardwired.
Yeah.
It helps.
And he's
It does.
relying on it to be wireless. And the thing is, there's so much that can interfere with the wireless connection. And then
Definitely.
at the same time, you got to realize you've got your camera going, so you're feeding video and audio out through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're accepting video and audio in on it. You
Yeah.
could be overloading that
Definitely.
wireless
Bluetooth.
connection.
Yeah. Yep.
And depends how much RAM he's got too. If it's only a limited amount of RAM, they'll be flooding it and it'll be pausing like when it's.
Well,
You
now that
know.
he got another year older, he's got a little less RAM.
And
Yeah.
if your girlfriend's downstairs on the TV or
Yeah.
or something else, that's all wireless too. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're flooding the wireless connection.
Yeah. Bandwidth.
Because yeah, you may be able to watch a video and stuff like that with no problem. but you're not streaming out video and streaming in video at the same time, and then your girlfriend
Exactly.
getting down there on her phone and watching the TV.
Yeah.
See, that's why I always have at least one computer in the house totally wired.
Yep.
This one is. I have a bunch of wire running from downstairs
So I
where
never
the
have an
Yeah.
issue. I
Mhm.
mean, it works on both. I mean, I do have it working so that it's got wireless, but I've got it plugged in. I've got an Ethernet cable plugged into it, so it stays
Yeah.
easy
connected.
plug it in.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not his computer because it's a brand new computer. You
Okay.
know, and him always trying to compete, saying, "Yeah, mine." But you doesn't, you don't have the top of the line video card in your computer. He was telling me, he was trying to compete with me when he was telling me, "Oh, my video
Yeah.
card's better than yours." But mine was the top of the line video card when it was back, a year or two ago when I got this.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
mine's about 3 years old, 4 years old now, and
Yeah, if I
it's
get
running fine.
another cable, I could have this hooked up too, and I'll have 3 monitors hooked up to my computer.
Just have a wall monitors in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, it almost looks like that.
It's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm playing golf, watching Batman, downloading this.
Well, see here, this TV. Whoops, what did I do?
I don't know.
Oh, I got the cord hooked up. Look, this is like my setup. There's a monitor there. There's a
Yeah.
monitor there, and now there's this big thing here.
I've
That's the
always
biggest
had a
one
big
right
thing here.
there. That's bigger, than the other two monitors. This one's the biggest
Uh-huh.
monitor I had right
The
there.
the dark one's the biggest. Yeah.
It happens that way.
It does.
Genetics.
But I got kind of bored because what the issues that you're having with uh, multiverse and
Yeah.
the issues that Mark's been having with multiverse.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be having that problem.
I was like trying to find something else to do, and it's like, well, I've got Four Kings Casino on Steam, but I don't have that much money. I'm almost broke because in the game Four Kings Casino,
Right.
out of bad luck playing those slots over there. But on the Xbox on Four Kings Casino, I've
Yeah.
got like almost $2 million.
Oh, you're rich.
I can sit there and play the progressive slots that they have at $3,000 a spin,
Bloody hell.
and,
Like,
and
man,
try
where's the cash out button, man?
and try to win the jackpot again.
Mhm.
Because that's how I got over the two. I won the jackpot once before, and it was like $3 million or so. And I've got another 500,000 plus sitting in a safe in the penthouse.
All right.
That's on the Xbox. But then I've also got all kinds of things like the wrestling game. They released a thing, downloadable content for Bray Wyatt. Big advertisement during their like SmackDown and Raw. The
Oh
last.
yeah, I heard you talking about that before. I
All right.
jumped
I got that the highest edition you can get. You got a regular edition, deluxe edition, and then a platinum edition. And the
Mhm.
platinum edition is supposed to include this new download content that they just released today. They
Yeah.
want to charge me fucking $9.99 for it, and it's like, motherfucker.
It's free.
Because if you bought either or the deluxe version or the
Or
the
the platinum.
or the platinum version, and the platinum version was like the 40 years you got. With that, you also got 40 years of WrestleMania in there.
You're gonna have to call their customer service or whatever.
And
Yeah.
that's why I got it, was because of the 4 years WrestleMania, 40 years of WrestleMania that thing's got. No,
Uh-huh.
I'll probably have to wait because the fucking store was down today too. And I'll have to wait a day or two until, I'll go into the store and all of a sudden, yep, it says,
Well, yeah, maybe that's the problem too.
you own this, install it.
Yep.
Mm.
It happens. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, you got about a minute before they start their
Yep.
show.
Yep. I'll see ya.
See you, everybody.
Thank you,
Yep.
Vader.
Good night. Thank you, Robert, for joining us. Thank you, Tom,
No problem.
for coming in. And
Yeah.
happy birthday again, Mark. Hope
Happy
you get
birthday,
your
old man.
fixed. And there we go.
There we go.
Okay.